have no idea how to properly start a video that's going to literally just be about us chatting.
Well, I don't even know what we're chatting about.
Right, because I haven't told you.
You
So
haven't told me.
I've been watching this anime called Kaguya-sama Love is War, right?
Mm-hmm.
And essentially it's about this really prestigious school, and the
Right.
student council president and vice president like each other.
Of course. Love that.
hmm The problem is that they both think that the person who tells the other, like the person who confesses their love first, is like inferior, and they're like second place when it comes to the relationship. So they're really stubborn, and neither of them will confess their feelings for each other. But they both do stuff to try and get the other to confess. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but it sounds stupid.
It's normally it would be the type of thing that like really sets me off, but because it's a
Hmm.
comedy, it's actually flippin' hilarious.
I mean, I guess.
But it got me thinking,
Okay, that's a
why
very good sign.
why is it humans quote unquote confess their love? They use the term confess like it's some sort of crime or sin to like have feelings for somebody else, you know? Like what's up with that?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I guess sometimes people could feel guilty for having love, like feeling love or whatever. I guess that could be one reason. But other than that, I don't know.
But it's like when
It's
you
kind of
use the word, like it's so unromantic. Like I don't want anybody to quote unquote confess like they have some sort of ulterior motive or something. Like get that out of here. You sound like one of the bad types of priests. Like, ooh,
yeah.
I have to confess.
That is interesting. I guess I've never thought about that. I mean, I mean, I would know. um, but yeah, I guess it is weird. I guess I have just never thought about that.
And I mean,
I mean, I guess that's just one word of saying like, "Oh, I have something to tell you," or "I have something to tell you and I don't know how to say it." I guess I don't know. Shoot.
like, I wouldn't use the word profess, which is the opposite of confess, because it makes you sound like some poetic douchebag. But
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. There's got to be a better way, a better term to use when you tell somebody that you like them. You know,
Um,
because I mean, it's
uh,
dramatized in the anime, where it's like it's a big deal who
confess
confesses
your
to
love
who,
to me. Yeah.
but it's also kind of like that in reality. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get why that particular use, why that term.
I mean, uh, mhm. Shoot. I
Yeah,
guess
got you thinking, huh?
I have never thought about that. I mean, I guess that's just something people have always used. I don't know if it's necessarily I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know very many people who do use that when they're talking about people they like.
So what do they say if they don't say I'm going to confess? They just say
Confess.
tell,
It's just so formal. Like
right? Isn't it so
it's
stupid sounding?
it's so formal. It's like,
It's
hey,
awful.
by the way, I will confess my love for you every morning. Like,
Like
okay, dude, it sounds a little obsessive.
you go to your friends like, wish me luck. I'm going to go confess my feelings. Like, ew, shut up
No,
with that.
see, people don't
Damn
do
it.
that. They just say, I'm gonna go tell this person how I feel about them. And most of the time they don't because, social anxiety.
Right.
But we love that. Um,
So you just use the word tell or
Kinda. Yeah. I mean, I don't it's weird to use confess. Let me confess my love for you.
but that's what you hear in all of like the movies and TV shows. It's always a confession.
I don't know. I mean, you watch a lot of anime.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, I watch a lot of, I guess, I want to say reality, but reality
Normie
is
TV.
here nor there. Sure.
But don't they also use the term confess in that?
Sometimes it depends what you're watching. I mean, I watch out of the weird, like,
Grey's
out of
Anatomy is
the
not
norms.
weird.
No,
It's a
okay,
very
they don't
normal
use
show to
that
watch.
either.
They don't?
Listen,
Why don't I
they
believe
don't.
that?
they use it. Okay, one person uses it once, but it's actually a cute scene. Not gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So they do use it.
they used it once.
That's all
Okay,
it
they used it
takes.
once. Um, that's actually a cute scene. But I don't just watch Grey's Anatomy. First of all, that's all you hear me talk about because there's always a new season coming out. First of all. Second of all, I don't want to tell you about other ones because they're so weird.
It's just because they're
Um,
normie shows. There's nothing wrong with being a normie.
um,
That leads me to my second point, though, is does it really matter who tells who first? Like,
nah, that doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. And I mean, nah. I mean, the only time that I actually ever see someone using the word confess is in books. I read a lot of romance books, fantasy romance books.
I see it used all the time. Books, shows,
Oh,
movies.
you're watching, but um,
But I just it has me thinking like the very nature of starting a relationship is just
it's
built
a
on a bunch
lot.
of weird rituals that I just don't get. And nobody can explain them to me.
Or you just haven't been asking the right person.
Well,
Just
I've
because I've
asked
never
a
been in a
couple people.
relationship doesn't mean I don't know anything. Okay, first, first of all.
Listen, you admitted that. I did not force that out of you. I've been in a few, and weird. Humans are weird.
No, I was almost in one. I went south very fast. I was like, no, we're gonna go turn the other way. Um, but yeah, I don't say the word. I don't think it matters right now. Like, I don't see many people like, oh, I said it first, which means I love you more. Like, no, it's not how that works. Not how that works at all.
Hmm,
Also, I feel like people confuse love with like just normal attraction because they're two separate things.
right.
Like you can have a friendship and be like, oh, this person is really nice, and not fall in love with them. And I feel like that's where that fine line comes in between.
Well, that's
They
how they
give me
get
just
you
enough attention.
because they always use the term confess your feelings, not quite confess your love. But
Hmm.
then they'll turn around and say stuff like "I love you," and it's like, ew.
Yeah, it's definitely odd. I'm not gonna lie, but no, I don't think I've heard any of my friends when they're talking about dating, like, oh yeah, let me confess my love to someone. No, I don't see it
Hmm.
ever. I don't know what you're looking at, but I've never seen it.
Somebody in the comments is gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I confess on a weekly basis." I'm joking. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just odd. Like it's such like it's like saying I love you like back way back, like World War II level stuff. Like, oh, I confess my love for you before I go off into the war. Like,
Okay, that's
poetic,
a
but
pull.
no.
I don't know anything about no World War II confessions. That's
Or have you seen Captain America?
yes.
Okay, God, oh, we're
I
about to have an issue.
God, it always comes back to Marvel.
I'm just saying that's a good example when Peggy and what's his face,
Captain America.
Captain America. God, I hate him.
I don't think they used the word confess though.
Did they not? I thought they did.
Pretty
Anyway,
sure they didn't.
that just makes me even hate him even more. Whatever. Um, but no, I don't think a lot of, I don't, I mean, from what I've seen, I haven't seen them use the word confess in movies or shows.
But we
Maybe
can
one
agree
show.
that using the word confess is like weird and dumb and don't do it, right?
Yeah, I don't, it's odd. Like, I don't think I've, like, if someone
Oh,
walks up
good.
to you and
It's
is
not
like, let me
just me.
confess my love to you, it's like, okay, dude, sure.
I'm so glad that it's not just me.
It's so odd.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Don't use the word confess, people. It's weird.
It is weird.
Talk about it down in the comments below because I'm curious. Maybe one of you has an explanation for it.
Yeah, I want to know too.
Okay, I'm gonna cut this recording.